if you're just joining us, I'm here with Mr. Khalil Suleiman Halilu, and we're still exploring how Nigeria can address the gender imbalance in engineering and technology through targeted initiatives like Delta. Mr. Khalil, thank you for standing by with us. You were talking about reverse Japa. It was very interesting to me because we really want to reverse and have our best brains, back in the continent, here back in Nigeria. And you were speaking about that initiative. I want you to land on that thought.
Well, you see, I will consider myself as an example of reverse Japa, where I was studying abroad and then decided, even though I had an opportunity to work there, I decided to come back, to Nigeria. Definitely, you see things that that are very innovative in other parts of the world, and if you are a patriotic citizen, you love for that to happen in the country. Trust me, if we had things better in the country, people wouldn't want to leave. Everyone leaves, try to go for greener pasture, but home is home at the end of the day. So we said, why don't we create a program, that helps seamlessly bring people back and give them opportunity, which is similar to the Delta, where you give them, some token of investment, some mentors that have worked in the country. Because if you leave Nigeria for 1 year, you come back, is very different country. Things change very fast and rapid, And one of the most difficult things we found, even with international companies, whenever they come to Nigeria, is the ability to domesticate, their solutions to match the African or the Nigerian markets. You can see companies like Visa, instead of trying to come and build a whole new solutions, they always ride on the back of local players. And we can also see examples of, especially our banks being exported to other West African countries, like the Access, GT Bank, First Bank, that shows not only that we have good solutions, but there are also good solutions that can be exported to other African countries. But the key thing is, how do you give people that opportunity, to be able to contribute the idea and domesticate it locally? And this is what brought the whole idea of the Reverse Japa program.
All right. Thank you very much. Of course, I'm sure Nigerians are going to be asking right now, is this just a dream? Is it an utopic dream? Or do you think really that it can work? That people would say, hey, I'm leaving the West, I'm leaving the US, I'm leaving Canada, and I'm coming back, like the whole river. Is it a dream, or you're saying, hey, this can really work?
No, I think it's something we've already actualized in NASENI. If you are taking an example with our NASENI Solar Limited, currently there is a program that is being run by someone that has reversed Japan. He started by coming in and out, but the person is now currently fully on ground, running this program where he has a unique patented technology around, solar cells, which we are working together on to scale. So not only is a dream, but it's implementing. We're implementing it at the moment, and we hope to scale it. We have case study on it.
All right, that's a very interesting one. Now let's go. Before I let you go very soon, I want to quickly know, what is the long-term goal for a project like the Delta? What will be the long-term vision for that project, for that initiative?
Well, number one, we want to significantly improve the number of women that are participating in science and engineering. Is one of the long-term goals. But overall, if you see what we do at NASENI, is number one, how do we reduce capital flight? How do we reduce dependency on export? Secondly, how do we create jobs? And third, how do we produce things that can earn us forex? And if you see this single program, Delta can solve all those things, creating jobs, especially for women, reducing dependency on importation, and also potentially, creating products that we can export to other African countries and parts of the world.
All right. Finally, before I let you go, there's this vision you have, which is very interesting to me. It's the drive of, industrialization for Nigeria. I think it's one of the most transformative things that can happen if we actualize it. I want you to project this vision and then how it can be implemented in just 2 minutes. That'll be fine.
Well, I think we need to first be looking at the things that are on our top priority. Things that we import the most, and things that we export without adding some sort of value. So you're talking about agricultural things that you export without, having some value add. And how do you, through our engineering and science, how do you add value to these things, before you export them? You'll be shocked when you see, the price of an item pre-processing and post, processing. And you can also see where you have a lot of items that, especially perishable, that just goes into waste because you don't have any mechanism, to preserve it. So we know we are in a country that is, blessed with resources, especially human resources and agricultural resources. But how do we preserve it? How do we have some sort of added value? And that is what essentially we're trying to do in NASENI. And also, for the first time, you have government, sitting side by side with private players to understand their pain so that they can make the right kind of policies. I mean, today, if you go to our website, you can see the success stories, at least for this administration, that we have recorded in the past 1 year, closing 56 projects. It has never been done, in the past. And simply is because, the template has changed. How do you now collaborate with private sector? How do you have blended finance, to accelerate growth? And once you put, the two heads together, the sky is the limit. It's what we call the accelerated technology transfer and leveraging an existing infrastructure, where if someone is already working on something, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. We don't want to start building factories, from scratch. What we intend to do is, if someone is working on something, how can we support? How can we help them with market?
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Khalil, for coming on the program today. It's interesting what you're doing at NASENI, and we're hoping we're going to be monitoring these processes because we're going to have you back soon to say, hey, this is where we have now gotten to with the Delta project.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
All right. You too. Okay.